Hi there, it's Shell, and Clint's in the background.
Hidey-ho!
You're such a goofball.
That's right.
So anyways, today we are going to start making our farm journals. And I had told you guys, I think in the last video, that I wasn't going to make the cover first. But last night when I couldn't sleep, I had one of those nights where you're awake every hour on the hour. Anyways, I was thinking about just going ahead and trying, these folders. I have enough for 3 of them. These are 9 by 12 folders, and I did check my papers, and they are, they fit perfect for 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, just folded in half. And I wanted something that I can add a lot of bulk to, but that maybe wasn't like super hard. So I went over to Miss Gayle Agostinelli's channel and kind of reviewed on how she did these. I'm going to have a few changes of my own, but it's always nice to have a place to kind of refer back to. And she's used these quite often. If you guys are from her channel, you've probably seen it. Oh, she removed this thing, and hers came out really nicely. Mine didn't. Okay. And we have it's called, I don't know what it's called. We call it bowl material because you make fabric bowls out of it. And it's just sitting. So I thought maybe I could just like stick a piece in these envelopes. Just kind of bulk up our envelopes a little. Sorry, he heard me talking again. He hasn't had anything to do with me, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Mama, you're talking, it's time for me to play." Okay, we're going to try this anyways. Okay, so I think I'm just going to try to trim this down. It's kind of like a filling, it's got a little bit of heft to it. And I mean, it's just sitting there. So, let me find my scissors. My husband said I could use his fancy fabric scissors as soon as I find them again. Huh. Oh, I found them. I found them. So they're right here. He said I could use them for this. So I'm just going to kind of cut this down and use this. I just thought it might make it more, just a slightly thicker cover, and it's something, we have on hand, so we may as well use it. If I can find the material, that this stuff, I will link it in my Amazon below. So I'm just gonna kind of trim it, and we're just gonna work on one cover, even though I'm gonna do 3 different books. And I'll kind of show you the materials and stuff that I'm going to use on each cover. That way you kind of get a sense of what I'm doing and stuff. Oops, one under the cut the envelope. This certainly is not necessary. It was just something I saw, and I thought, ooh, that might bulk it up a little bit and just give us a slightly thicker cover. And then I thought, well, I'll just stick it inside. So we're going to give it a try. I'm going to use my ATG gun a lot today, and let me take some my stickiness off. I think somebody got some hair on there, because that's what happens in our house. Oh, but I'm going to go ahead and just tape down this flap. And then I will do that for each, cover. So let me move the scissors and stuff. And I'm just going to kind of show you guys what, I'm going to make the covers out of. So I'm going to have one cover. We have tons of fabric, and I mean tons of fabric. You know, we really are kind of like a miniature Hobby Lobby. But my mother-in-law also, she's a quilter, Clint's a quilter. We just love, and I'm a crafter. I love all crafts, any crafts. Anyways, one cover I have decided I'm going to make out of this fabric. I really love that. And I had thought about doing them all the same, but, you know, if you guys purchase one of these, I want there to be, I want them to be individual for you, because, you know, I don't want things exactly alike. So, here's another one, and I love this. It was sewn on a machine, it looks like, just teeny tiny squares. So I'm going to make one out of this, because to me this looks country farm. And then this other one, guys, I have been dying to try this, but I'm thinking about just using this kind of, it's almost like a cross stitch pattern, kind of red cross stitchy. And in one of our yard sales, we picked up this chicken. It's not the funniest thing ever. Just a crocheted chicken that I want to put on the cover of, you know, one of these books. And I am thinking, you know, I might have to, because it kind of blends in, but I really like the background. It just kind of looks country to me. I don't know why. But I think I'm going to go ahead with this fabric, and then maybe do like a collage of fabric or something behind the chicken, at least around, you know, its head, and just kind of make it work and make him kind of pop. So I think, shall we do this one? The other ones are going to be pretty simple, I think. So let's just do the red, and we'll kind of play with the chicken. This material is some that we picked up at a yard sale. I remember that because the other fabric that was with it, you know, we'd picked up at a yard sale as well. And I remember that other fabric more than I remembered this one. What I'm going to do, I think, is just go ahead and just cut this down just one length. And this is going to be the outside fabric, and then I'll put something different on the inside. So let me grab the scissors. We're just going to try to cut it, make it a little bit easier, you know, for us to use. Ooh, these are nice scissors. I wonder if I could steal them for my paper crafting.
Oh my God, a pair like that.
I always steal his scissors, and then I have to buy him new ones. So he always has nice scissors because I steal them a lot. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. And I know I want this on the outside, make sure it's going to fit okay. And it looks like it will. So, and then I'm going to use my FTG gun, and I'm just going to kind of put it in place because I don't want it like shifting when I'm sewing. Today I am going to use my husband's hand sewer because I still don't have my other ones. So I told him I'm kind of starting to like it. I might have to keep it, but he said I could borrow it. Okay, so I just want to make sure, maybe I should have flipped it, you know, just that it's in the center. I didn't iron it or anything, but I'm hoping that those wrinkles will kind of just pull out. When I'm sewing. That doesn't look too bad. So let me grab a fabric that I want to use on the inside. I didn't bring that over here, of course, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm going to just use this chicken wire stuff. Like I said, we have pretty much everything we need in our house. Because when we see things, we just get them because we live out in the boonies. Okay, so I can kind of see through this fabric, so I'm just gonna just kind of cut out like that. And then if I need to trim it, I can. It's just easier, you know, when you don't have like a big piece. And I'm just using the chicken wire kind of as a line because they, you know, to cut on. So let's do that. And I was thinking when I was looking at this that, you know, I might be able to kind of fold these over. So let me grab my art glitter glue and just see if I can fold it over, kind of tack it down. And actually, I might just use my HEG. Nope, I don't want to do that. Because if I do the HEG gun and then I sew over it, it will go with my needle. And I really don't want that. So let's just put just a little bit. This glue does dry pretty quickly. I'm going to try to put it, you know, down as far as I can to just catch this. Of course, I didn't do that right. Should have went along the fabric. And then, you know, it won't take that long. And while this is drying, I'll show you kind of the kit that I've chosen for these. There we go, that works. Nice, and that'll kind of give us a really nice finished edge. I think that's my plan anyways. So I'm just gonna, oops, glue on this side. I love this art glitter glue. If you guys don't have any, you know, I highly recommend it. It's the only glue I use, pretty much. It just, you know, it just works so nice, and it really tacks quickly. There's no odor. Cool. And see, that just came from me cutting it incorrectly. Not really necessarily incorrectly, but just a little bit off, you know. Hi, Bubba. You go see Daddy. And instead of wasting that little piece, I thought, well, it might just kind of fold over nicely. And then I'll just wait, you know, just a minute or two for it to dry before I do my, before I sew it. Let's see, just trying to figure out the corners here.
There you go, Bubba.
Like that.
No, I don't want you to bloody. Javi, I'm trying to finish the dang doily. Okay, lay down.
Clint's working on his doily. He's been working on it, and he figured 4 months, and he's on the very last row. He wanted to finish it by January the 1st, but this thing is massive. I mean, it's like 36 inches or something.
Well, and Mom made it, and
oh,
she
yeah,
completed hers January 1st.
Yeah, his mother made the exact same one.
1999.
1999, so what, 20 years ago? That's crazy. So it's kind of fun, even, you know, though he didn't make it on time, it'll still be nice to, I should have probably put that on the inside. Oh well. Live and learn, huh?
Are we done loading now so I can get back to it?
I don't think I want to fold that one. No, I don't want to fold that over. So I just kind of, I think I'm just going to kind of measure it. I can save some of this, you know, just for collaging or something. Okay. It just stresses me that I'm cutting it wrong. I was just double checking there. And I don't mind the frayed edges, you know, I think they're just really pretty. So that doesn't bother me too much. That side down there is not cut straight. Let me cut it straight before I do anything else.
Okay, if you were right there cutting them, I could still do it.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that far off. Is that going to fit? It's going to be a tight fit, but I think I can make it work. I can put some ribbon or something over it if for some reason it doesn't. I didn't realize that one side was not straight. That's a bummer. Oh, I tell you guys. You know what? I'm just going to cut another piece, and then maybe I'll use this for the inside of one of the other ones. And I'll make it the outside longer, and that will work just fine for that one. Oh, geez, guys, I tell ya. Oh, so fun. Okay, so I'm going to do this one more time. This will work once I cut off the selvage over there, and okay. Oh, so I printed off a lot of my digital kits today because I am going to kind of mix and match in each of the books. So I'm kind of going to use the same kit throughout the books. And I really wanted to get all those printed. So I was printing them, and I thought, oh, I remember Gayle saying, you know, you need to clean that printer, because I picked up the same printer that she has. And so I found on the internet, and it said, oh, you have to take this screw out and all this, and I got to thinking, that's a lot of trouble. So I went back on, and I got to thinking, you know, that would be way too much work, and would Gayle really spend that much time cleaning this thing? And then I got to thinking, well, there's probably like a program on it, you know, to clean it, and there was. So I was glad I found that. So I had to put it all back together, and oh, by then I really had a headache, and I was just like, okay. So, and Clint was, I don't know why I told you guys that story, but anyways, because I ramble. But anyways, Clint was working on, that's what I did this morning, is mess with the printer and the computer. And this morning, Clint did a lot of cutting down his blenders, and we're making a new video. He's doing them a little bit different than he did in the previous video, so I don't know if you guys have seen that one, but there will be a new one coming out soon about how he makes and does his ink blender start to finish. So it's a little bit different, and it's a little bit easier on him because, you know, he does have fibromyalgia and arthritis, and it can be really hard on him. I think I'm just going to put this pretty well just to make sure it's going to lay down nicely. But, so we are working on that video, so quite a few orders right now that he's trying to work on and get filled.
I'm taking a break from it the rest of the day.
Yeah. You can only work on him so much because he really, you know, just hurts. And if you guys have chronic illness, you kind of know. And today he's like, he got a lot done this morning, and he says, I have to take a break. I told him that's fine because I'm giving him plenty of time to get them done. So the wait time, you know, is quite long, but you kind of have to do whatever you have to do. So I think, I don't know, that one might be a little crooked. That looks pretty good. So this is the front and this is the back, and now we're just going to sew it. I probably still have some trimming to do, but I'm not going to worry too much about that because I really want, let me think what I really want. Really want to sew it first before I trim it down. Oh geez. Oh yeah, I gotta thread this thing. I'm gonna thread this real quick and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back and I'm just gonna let that dry for just a couple more minutes. And while that's drying, I kind of wanted to show you these kits. I actually have 2 kits in here and they were so pretty. I could not pass them up. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous right here? The little girl, and got French apple pie. I printed these 3 times because I am doing 3 journals. So look at that stack of paper. So here's the other side of that page, and I had to look up the name. This one is Luna Rozu Company. So it's like LUNAROZUCO. And I will put that in a link below so you guys can go over to her Etsy account and pick these up if you're interested. On this one, I did kind of print this one a little bit short, but I'll just put some distress ink or something. But the rest of them are correct. So that's one page. I'm going to show you guys. This page, it's green, which I love. I love the green. And then here's the back. Has a little girl with a kitty cat and just beautiful images. So I have that one. These are from the same kit. This one, which I love, just a little boy and stuff. I love the old-timey ones. And this one. And there are some streaks in here. I'm not going to reprint them or anything because I don't think they're that bad. But if they're really bad, I'll reprint them. Here's just one that I messed up on. This is from another kit. I went ahead and did a kind of red and cream. It looks kind of pink, but it's a red and cream kit. And this one was from the Vilas store. So it's the THEVILAS shop. The Vilas shop. So I just printed these on the front because I have plans for this one. And then I just loved the chicken wire, the red and the tan chicken wire. And look at these. How cute are those? I love those. So I want to show you guys the difference. This is some, I believe it's matte paper from Red something. It's a paper that Miss Gayle recommended and I picked it up. But this is the paper I got from there, and then this is just regular copy paper. So Red River paper, and I think it's matte. And look at the brilliance. You know, I mean, you could do it on regular copy paper if you wanted, you know, it muted, but I love this. So I have those. And this, see my lines through here? I don't know if you guys can see them, but they're kind of streaky kind of lines. That's what it was before I did a cleaning cycle on my printer. So I don't know if I can use any of these, but you know, the lines and stuff. And then I have the digitals, or the kind of ephemera from that Luna Rosu company. So, and they have a little bit of streakiness, but they're not bad. So I think they're kind of cute. So I love that. And then here's some more ephemera. Apple pie and plain pastry and pine fillings, prune pie filling, apple filling, and these, which I think are so adorable. So these ephemera, I printed them 3 times because they'll go in each book. And then, let's see, that's my mistakes. Look at this, isn't that just beautiful? I love this image. Kind of reminds me of like Easter image. So beautiful. And this little boy's just sitting in the garden playing with his bunnies, jumping around him and stuff. Oh, and here's the back of that one. Isn't that just beautiful paper? So pretty. So, and I have 3 of those. So there's my other green ones. But I wanted to show you the kits that are going in here. So that way you guys kind of have an idea of what I'm doing. We're going to pull up the sewing machine and we're going to start sewing on our cover. And I think I'm going to sew on the back because I have green here, which doesn't bother me, but I have brown in the, there's some hair. I have to use my distressor thing, or my hair remover thing. Okay, so I think I'm going to sew on the back. That way I kind of have brown on the back side. And I shouldn't have any issues with this, you know, going through all of these layers. I don't think there'll be a problem. I'm going to scoot you guys out just a little bit so I don't bump up too much against you. Okay, and then here we go. It's a little tough to get started, but it seems like it's going to work okay. Hopefully I can keep it lined up well. Huh? That's the hard part for sure. Move all my glues and stuff. Let's see.
Takes a little practice.
Sometimes when I mess up, I just make like another row around to make it look like it was intentional. I think that's a good tip. Okay, I think we might have to do that with this one. This is kind of challenging, so we'll see if we can do it. See what it looks like when we're done. It kind of is catching my fabric. And I'll just put it a little bit closer.
You want me to spin it and you control it?
I think I'm good. There we go. Yeah, I think I got it. Except this is going to be a wrinkle, and I don't want it wrinkled. Okay, so we're going to try it and see what we can do. It's a challenge. Clint's going to look and see if he can't get me a belt for my other machine tomorrow. Kind of keeps buckling the fabric. But if I kind of take a minute and kind of smooth it out, I think it's going to be fine. I don't get my finger caught. That would not be good, would it?
Well, you don't have to have stitches.
Make your own stitches. You're such a goofball. Always thinking about the benefits, huh, baby?
Yeah. That's cost saving.
Oh, I tell you guys. Okay. Hey, let's see how it looks. That doesn't look too bad. Of course, you guys can't really see it, but trust me on this. Okay, let's try it again. It's hard to get a really smooth, so
It's easier if you have the stitch gun.
it's not that, it's just that it's kind of gathers for some reason. I don't know if it's the weight in the sewing machine. Ow! I just put the lever on my finger. I much prefer this to do like little pieces of ephemera and stuff than this, in case anyone's wondering. Okay, I think, and then we will go along this side. Actually doesn't look bad. Looks pretty good. It's just, you know, it's challenging. That's what we'll call it, challenging. You can mess up.
No, Adam.
I think since all the other sides are already sewn, this one's going pretty easily. Of course, I haven't looked at the back, which is the front. I hope it worked out. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of pull it out and check it. Oh, that doesn't look bad. I mean, there's, what is that? There's a little bit of a gathering right there. That's kind of odd. So, that's okay though, because it's a junk journal and it can do that. That's what I always tell myself. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. But, I'm just going to kind of, see it kind of gathered right there. And, I mean, most junk journals will kind of do that. Junk journals, sewing machines. Doesn't look bad. So I'm going to go ahead and go around it one more time just to make it look like it's intentional to be kind of wishy-washy. I'm going to start over here because I didn't really get the edge right there. Kind of went off. But I think it's going to work okay. We'll see how good it looks when I'm done. If I don't like it, I won't use it, you know, but I think it's going to be fine. And now that it's all stitched down, it's definitely going to go together, you know, easier. Get a sweat up so I can burn some calories. Kind of fun, huh? Oops. Talking to you guys, looked at my computer and ran off my line. Oh geez. Oh, so much fun. Ooh, one more side, guys. You guys as excited as I am? Okay. I always want to make sure my needle is up because I learned that if it's not up, it'll snap your thread. I learned that pretty quickly. So, you know, it doesn't look horrible. This part is, but I think that's gonna be on the back, and maybe I could put lace or something on it. I mean, if it looks horrible, I'll just keep it for myself, you know.
Come on.
See how it works when we're done.
Okay.
I am just going to trim it
Gotcha.
so that it doesn't.
Yours down the state part.
I can. I might need a smaller pair of scissors.
For a thread or?
Yeah, for fabric.
I thought those one orange ones, was those?
I'll get them. They're up there, I think, on my bookcase.
Yeah, I got both.
Okay, that wasn't too horrible. Like I said, you know, it's going to fray, and I'm not going to worry about that because it is a junk journal. But it kind of has a finished look to it because I was able to fold over that one, and that worked pretty well. Maybe. See if I can. I just want it to look nice, you know, when it's done. Okay, let me look from the other side. Doesn't look too bad. Here's a corner. I'm going to kind of chop off. Over here. Daddy's over there loving on his little boy. His little boy wakes up and he's like, "Where's my daddy?" So if you heard the meowing and stuff, he just woke up and thought, "Oh no, where's my daddy?" So then he'll go and lay with daddy. They all have their little thingamajiggies. That doesn't look bad, guys. I think it's going to be okay. And, you know, I put 2 lines, and I think it looks kind of nice. And we're going to go ahead and tie this. I really don't want to like cut that or anything because it's still kind of attached. So I think I'm just going to kind of cut these and then I'll sew them. I mean glue them. But we'll just kind of do them into a knot, maybe. I'm having all kinds of issues already. Okay, let's just cut them and we'll glue them down. There's so many of them. Okay. Glue. Here it is. Oh. So I'm trying not to make this video that long because yesterday was so long and I know it was probably painful to watch. But I am just using the art glitter glue here. It, I don't think that was, I was wondering if it was like the end of my thread where it, I think I'm going to cut it. I think it was the end of my thread and it just kind of got tangled up in there. Like it does, you know, when you don't have it straight. And then I'm just going to put some glue there just to be on the safe side. There we go. But I forgot what I was talking about. You guys know how I am. Just jabber, and then something comes to me and I forget what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're just going to call that good. If we need to, I can cover that up. But, you know, these are the little, whenever you do like a journal start to finish, you get to see all the little things that go wrong that we fix behind the scenes. Oh, I tell you. Because every one of us have dealt with that, you know. Okay, so I'm going to make that my back because it's not, you know, the greatest. And let's see if I can kind of get this to fold over. Feels like there's some air in there, but I think I didn't glue the flap down that well, so hopefully, you know, there's enough place for air to come out of it. I didn't think of that, but, you know. So it's kind of nice. It's still a flexible cover, but it has some weight to it, and I kind of like that. So, and then we'll put this little guy on the front, you know, once I kind of figure out what I want to do with him. And we'll do that probably closer to the end. Here is, I paid $1 for it. So maybe I actually pulled it out and said, ooh, I need that chicken. Which, you know, I've been known to do, so I wouldn't be surprised. So, or they could have just thrown it in there and it's just one I picked up. Okay, so we still have some time, I think. And now that we have a cover, I'm just going to go ahead and start, you know, pulling out my pages and kind of putting, you know, them together and just seeing what I want. You know, I do have a lot of white edge, and I'm just going to bring in my distress ink. I won't do that in front of you guys. I may print this one over. It's got a lot of stripes in it. So we'll see. So that would be those two as well. And, but the ones that I think are nice, I'm going to go ahead and just fold them, kind of give you guys an idea of, you know, how this is going to look. Kind of, I just love that photo. I think that's so adorable. You know, I did notice there's not tons of journaling spots on here, so I will put I think a lot of coffee dyed paper in here, and I think that'll be, you know, give me plenty of journaling spots. I love the chickens. This will be a one signature book, but it will have at least 20-25 pages. It's going to be a chunky little thing, so that will be nice. And wow, is that all the pages I had? Oh, the one I'm going to print. I'll go ahead and just kind of put that in there. This side looks pretty nice, but this side just seems kind of streaky, and I think I want it to print out a little bit nicer. So I'm just kind of, I'll go ahead and reprint those, but, you know, just kind of stick it in here so you guys can see it. Let me go pull out some coffee dyed paper and some other papers, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I pulled some papers, and these are, I have an Ideal magazine I want to go through, and just some coffee dyed papers. This is some that I had in my, that I did a while back, and I think I'm going to put this in here. For the most part, I'll probably just put one of each type of paper, except for the coffee dyed paper, because I really feel like it needs plenty of journaling space for you guys. So, put that in there. And then I want to show you these beautiful coffee dyed papers. I'm going to go up later today and help my niece get her Etsy store started, and because this will be on Monday, and she did these beautiful coffee dyed papers. So I'm going to help her. She's been working on her inventory because I told her she probably, you know, that would probably be a good idea so she's not overwhelmed. And I told her I would come up and help her with her Etsy store. So I will definitely put a link probably in the next day or two. And I'm hoping to kind of get like a little video of, you know, the things she's going to have in her store, the coffee dyed paper, anything else. This is a really pretty one. It's beautiful papers. And how fun are these? So we'll probably put 4 or 5 in each book. This will kind of help bulk it up and give you plenty of journaling space. This paper is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, and she had these. She was kind of just trying some things because I was telling her, you know, you really ought to do some different papers and, you know, see if you like coffee dyeing, because, you know, some of us who have been around for a while kind of would prefer to put together a journal than, you know, spend our time in the kitchen coffee dyeing papers. And she doesn't think she would want to make any junk journals, but I told her if she could make me some paper, I would, you know, be eternally grateful. So she was practicing. I'm not sure what all she's come up with, but I love these papers. And I figured since this has a lot of green in it, that these really green ones that she looks like coffee dyed and maybe even like Kool-Aid dyed, maybe she mixed them together, that would be, you know, hopefully she'll have some more like that. So, but look, it's already just, it's starting to feel like a book already. Isn't that fun? I just love when you kind of, a plan kind of comes together, I tell you. Okay, so now, when I was looking for my coffee dyed papers, I found Ideal magazine, and you know, guys, I found like 8 or 10 of these for like $1 each at my thrift store. This was, in fact, I need to go back to that thrift store because 1954, and I was just kind of scrolling through it just a few minutes ago, and there's some things in here that would go perfectly in our journal. Look at this. How perfect is this? I think I'm going to make that the center of one of my books, but isn't that absolutely beautiful? Let's see if I can just carefully tear it out. But yeah, I got all these awesome gorgeousnesses. I had all seen people get these Ideal magazines, but I had never come across them. And we went to this one thrift store that is really awesome. We just never get over there very often. And they had a whole, like, shelf full of these. So that was a find and a half, I tell you. I was so excited. So I'm thinking this is probably 8.5 by 11. We're going to give it a try. I'm going to fold it, and this will be the center of our signature. Look how sweet that is. I love that so much. I know, I'm silly. So I think that will be in here. Look at that. Oh, isn't that precious? And I really love how the torn edge looks against that green. It is just, oh, perfect. Sorry, I know I'm silly. go ahead and see if we can find 2 more. Look at this. That's perfect. Okay. 2 more for our other books. Found 1. But I love it when a plan comes together because it's just so fun, you know. I mean, here they are. It actually says down here, planting potatoes. How fun. So, I've been putting a few things back for my, for the farm journal. But I hadn't given a lot of thought to my papers. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold that, and oh, I love it. Okay, there's got to be one more in here, you know, that's the same, the right orientation and everything. That's what's nice, is when you get exactly what you want. Look at that, isn't that sweet? Oh, that's so pretty. It's not quite what I have in mind, but that's beautiful. Sorry, I'm giddy. I'm excited. This is so pretty. Look at that. That might be a thought, but we'll keep looking. It's not really, I mean, kind of farmy, but not really. You know what the rest of it is kind of like, but sometimes you can't be very choosy. You just have to, you get what you get. Let's see. So pretty. It looks like Halloween there, huh? I have my thumb, or my, right there. That's it. Look at that. What does that say? The Stour Valley and the Dedham Church. I think that's it. Let's keep looking and just make sure, but I think we have a winner. There's the country school. That's cool. Yep, I think we're going with that one. Yep. Awesome. So I'm really excited, and you know, because when a plan comes together, you get some stuff working towards it. And I'm really, my plan is to have these completed by the end of this week. So we'll see if we get there or not. But here's what the one is that we're going to be working on. It's starting to look like. Oh wow, I've got a lot of stuff on there, but that'll clean up. And it's starting to kind of fill out. We'll put our embellishments. I'll look for some bags and stuff to go in there because that's always fun. Envelopes, all kinds of stuff. So anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me for part 1 of journal, let's call this farm journal, start to finish. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. And be sure and hit that bell, the notification bell. It will notify you of any new videos that I put up. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. And we will see you tomorrow on the 2nd installment of A Farm Journal Start to Finish. We'll see you in the next video. You guys have a wonderful day.